All right, in this video, we're going to dive into Tinkercad and learn the basic tools you need to start designing. Today, we're going to cover how to resize, rotate, raise, and snap shapes. And then we're going to use these skills to create a simple project at the end. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. And we are going to come up to the upper right corner and click on this Create. And then we are going to click on 3D Design. And every time you start a project, it's always going to give you a unique name up here in the upper left-hand corner. Usually you'll rename that. For today, right now, we are going to rename it Lesson 1. And if you're a teacher, normally you would use this time to just kind of show them this is where they're going to be working and putting certain objects on the work plane, and that you are going to learn about all these different skills and icons that you see up here. But for today, we're going to focus on the very basics. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start by bringing out a shape, and we're going to focus on just the white boxes. Now, in Tinkercad, this going up and down, going vertical, is considered the length, and this is considered the width, going horizontal. So when you click on the white boxes, what you can notice is that when you click on them and drag, it adjusts the width and the length at the same time. And then this middle white box adjusts the height. And so you can go ahead and take a few minutes and maybe just bring out shapes. If you were a teacher, this is where I would pause and just let the students bring out a bunch of shapes and practice changing the size of them, because pretty much they're going to want to do that as soon as you show them what the white boxes do. Okay, so hopefully you paused the video if you're just watching this as a tutorial and you took some time to practice changing the size of different shapes. We're just going to go ahead and delete this all. One way to do that is to draw a dotted box around everything and then just press backspace. And now we're going to move on to bringing out a cube again, and we're just going to focus on the black boxes this time. So the difference between the black boxes and the white boxes is that when you click on one of the black boxes and drag them, it'll only change the width. If you're clicking on this one, and if you click on this bottom one or the top one right here, it will only change the length. And so this is actually pretty useful if you end up creating certain projects, and let's just say you have the length, the perfect size, but you just need to adjust the width a little bit. Then this skill really comes in handy. So again, if you were a teacher, you would actually pause right now. If you're watching this tutorial, you can pause it. If you're a teacher, you would want to give the students a chance to just, again, bring out more objects and just practice adjusting the size of these objects only using the black boxes. Okay, so we've learned about the white boxes and the black boxes. Now we're going to move on to the curved arrows, but let's first delete all these objects, and then let's bring out a cube. And now when you see these curved arrows, this is how you're going to rotate the object. Usually you get two different types of rotations. So when you click down, you can either rotate it 22.5 degrees at a time, or the outer circle will let you rotate it 1 degree at a time. You can get a different type of rotation. And then if you're a teacher, normally this is where I would introduce this view cube in the upper left-hand corner. So you click down, hold the button, and now you can get a different view of your object. And by doing that, you can also get one more different type of rotation that you could do for your object. And so since you just learned a brand new skill, you would pause it and just bring out different objects and practice rotating them. That really doesn't change the view of it, but this would. And maybe we can rotate this one a little bit. And so again, if you're a teacher, this is where every time you show them a new skill, I think it's beneficial just to let the students kind of play with it and bring out all sorts of objects so they could practice doing that skill. Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of these right now. And then next, we're going to learn what we call the cruise mode. So we're going to bring out a red cube, and anytime you have a shape on the work plane and you bring out another shape, that shape is automatically put into cruise mode, which means you can lay it flush on any face that is visible to you. So I could lay it right here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up putting it right here. And then I'm going to bring out another cylinder and lay it flush on this side. And if you, for some reason, were to maybe, let me bring out let's say you bring it out and you end up putting it right here where you didn't mean to. You can always turn an object back into cruise mode as long as you click on the object to make sure you are focusing on it, and then come up here to the upper right hand corner, click on this magnet, and it is put back into cruise mode. So then you can click on this white dot, hold the button down, and now I can lay it flush to the face of this triangular prism. And so right now, that's pretty much it for today. One other thing is that if you end up zooming into your project and you end up changing the view of it and you get lost in your project, you can always click this home view button and it'll take you back to that original view. I actually use that quite a bit when I am working on projects. Just because you naturally will get lost when you zoom in to make adjustments. And so your project to do is to create an arch. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And I encourage you to practice all the skills that we learned today. So when you bring out an object, do your best to change the shape of the object, maybe even rotate it in a different way. I'll bring out this one, put it here, and I'm going to do my best to create an arch. Okay, that's my arch. And if you're a teacher watching this tutorial video, this is a really good first lesson for the kids. You can always have them come back up here and rename it accordingly. But this is a good, simple project for them to just practice the basic skills that they just learned. And they usually come up with some pretty unique arches that they make. In the next video, we're going to learn 3 new icons. We're going to learn how to group objects, ungroup objects, and then we're also going to learn how to duplicate them.